Hey, what's up, everybody? I want Ben to get YouTube famous, so as your senior advisor, this has to go on your channel. Got it. I will make sure that it goes on my channel just for you. Maybe after. Maybe starting after I eat. Mm. So, these are the waifus. I know, Meep. It has been forever. It's been all right. I moved from the west coast of the United States to the east coast of the United States. So, busy. Busy for sure. Alrighty. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Really appreciate it. I don't know how to YouTube since I mostly stream, but let's go ahead and just dive right in. Whoops, Benpai. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Fine. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. It's been a while since I've streamed, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I act like I didn't do that when before. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Thanks, box. Then I guess you won't get to see whatever you miss. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Run! However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Oh no! Ha! I overslept again. But I caught you this time. I sound like Herbert from Family Guy. I just need to add the whistle to it. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that, like, you were thinking about ignoring me? Duh. That's mean, Benpai. It's Box. I'm just kidding. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Definitely not Box. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. Nah, dude, I'm Yuri. I guess I'll have to figure out who Yuri is. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Benpai, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Did I, though? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. This dude is me. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free. This guy is me. Holy shit. Totes Benpai. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Yup. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the... What is a NEET? Exactly! Socialize? I have multiplayer games. NEET. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. No employment, education, or training. Oh. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few cubs if it makes you happy. If it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that, too. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Hey! School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before you know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. They don't use ounces in Japan clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello, Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah! I think that was a question, but I still went, yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the Literature Club. Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna go check out the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Yeah, Pokemon Club would be the best. Don't make promises you can't keep, Sayori. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. We have one at uni, 60 peeps going around on Pokemon Go. Oh, see, but I'd rather, if I did a Pokemon Club, I'd rather it be, like, you know, Showdown or, you know, something like that. I let out a long sigh. I imagine it sounded something like, just like that. So on community days they meet up. That's cool. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. I would 100% sell my soul for a cupcake. It's fair, especially. So there was this cupcake place, just very close to where I lived in California, that did like these really awesome specialty cupcakes, and one of the cupcakes they did was a hazelnut cupcake where they like whipped Nutella and made that the topping, and then they filled the center of the cupcake with Nutella. Oh my god, it was so good. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh hey! Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1! Girl 1 is purple AF. Welcome to the Literature Club. Oh, no. I gotta think of a different voice. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. There we go. Okay, this girl looks like a bitch. Like she's gonna tell me off. Oh, yeah. Seriously. I didn't even read that. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh gosh. I gotta think of like the Valley Girl accent because she looks like Valley Girl kind of person. So let's oh, have a good night, Meep. Like, Benpai, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. It is. I lost brain cells, Benpai. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody, Sayori says quietly into my ear and then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club. Don't say things like that. I assume that's her, right? She got bigger when this came up, so I'm assuming that's her. Yuri who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. Oh, because this is Sayori. Because the other girl that was here had, like, longer hair. Valley Girl had longer hair. Okay. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That must be Monica. That's right! It's like, so great to see you again, Benpai. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh, look how adorable she is. We do know each other well. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Benpai. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? Yeah, I'm just going to make her super quiet. I'm just going to be mumbling into the microphone. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. ASMR Yuri or Riot. JK, please don't. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Well, you don't want Yuri to sound like this. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh-woo? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. Meow. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for you know, you, dummy. Alright. Alright. Calm down. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yeah, right? Sundari located. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Tea. I should make tea. It's too late now. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? I might have to make tea. Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. Oh wait, no. I'm supposed to... After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Like, Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you, consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, like, don't be embarrassed. Oh, hey, Quiche. We'll make sure you, feel totally right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's, my duty to make the club fun and exciting for, everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. He ASMRs for Yuri. Run while you can. Your Monica voice. How come you decided to start your own club? You could possibly be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know... To be honest, I can't, stand all of the politics around the major clubs. You know what I mean? It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for all of the events that you have to do and stuff. And I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something really special out of it. And if it encourages other people to get into literature, then I'm totally fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. I'm sorry, Quiche. It's my Valley Girl accent. This is what Alice sounds like in my head. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way, I guess. Oh, Alice knows that this is what I think her voice sounds like. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't, grab your attention, like literature. You mean, you have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and, totally worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, totally much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow from this club and grow the club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Look at these people. So enthusiastic. Such different girls. All interested in the same goal. Look at them go. Pew, pew, pew. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they are also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Benpai, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really know a good way of answering this. Manga. That's totally it. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Iconic. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Remember being into Yuri first things first. Yuri is, like, all that hair? Her big titties drew me in. Her hands have been covering them, like, this whole time. Like this. Well, we'll see. We'll see, Quiche. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, oh, I guess there they are. Right there. Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually... Oh, I gotta whisper. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing. And telling a good story is such a foreign world... In such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I can relate with that. I can 100% relate to that. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. I did not. Real Benpai never does anything horror related. So, yeah. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Yeah, these rock hard abs. Am I right? There's no abs here. Like, really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For, like, someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. Like, that's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You, like, left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Like, fine. It was, like, really good, though, and, like, you don't have to be such a bitch about it. Like, it's fine. I was just, like, trying to compliment you. First Arc takes forever. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. I feel like my voice for her is John Mulaney pretending to be a woman. No! You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing the even deepest reaches of your heart. Like, do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you like share some of your work, you can set an example and help Mitsuki feel like totally comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. What a great literature club. Like, okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. We did a Yuri face. Now let's do the what's her name? Natsuki face. Let's all like go home and write a poem of our own. Then like next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. You're gonna regret choosing that Monica voice. Am I really? Plus, you like know that we have a new member. I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and like totally strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Like Benpai? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Like, what's that? Now, now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayora may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought because they all look like they're about to murder me in this classroom. At least she does. She looks like she would laugh or watch and be silently laughing to herself. She looks like she'd be waiting for me to be murdered so that she could eat me afterwards. And I don't know what's going on with her face. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Like, but... I'm sorry, I thought... Humph! Benpai. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. You know what? I can relate to that too. The only reason I ever read any of the Twilight books was because Lee really liked the Twilight books when we met. I'm pretty sure I probably could have gotten to be with Lee without having done it, so in hindsight, it kind of feels futile and a waste of my time. But yes, I have read the Twilight books. Okay, I've decided then. I'm gonna join the literature club. They all get taller. One by one, the girl's the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. That seems silly. Hey, you really did scare me. Oh, no. God, I need to remember to whisper for Yuri. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then, like, that totally makes it official. Welcome to the, like, literature club. Huh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, like, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment, right? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all like totally share them. Monica looks over at me once more. Benpai, I like so totally look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Draw her in with the writing. Keep 'em in with the kung fu. Already feeling the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Benpai, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Oh no. Oh no. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem. Okay. Wait, why are there only 3? Where's the Monica? Monica's the one that's missing here. Okay. Okay. Who's your wife? Who's my waifu? Hard to say so far. Monica was my first, like, my initial thought. But I kind of dig Sayori. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go with Hop. All right, I'm gonna need help choosing some of these. 'Cause some of these just look really. I'm gonna go with Vanilla, cause I'm a super vanilla boy. Okay. Ooh, Parfait. Climax. Rain Cloud. Bliss. Kawaii. Incongruent. That is the perfect word to go with vanilla, right? Yes, I said I like Sayori. Go with the cute ones. Oh, okay. Is kawaii means cute, right? So we'll go with that. Poof. Don't listen to Kish. She's trying to get you with Natsuki. What? Kish. No, I'm not super into the tsundere. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Kish, teach him well. Enjoy dinner, box. Let's go with fantasy. Ooh, Bubbles. Bubbles. Okay. Okay. Ocean. I like oceans. Disaster. Ooh, vacation. Oh, I wasn't fucking paying attention. I have no idea who's been jumping. Okay, but thank you, Kish. I appreciate it. I like strawberries. Damn it, Natsuki. Let's go with... What does this word mean? Woo! I just spilled my cider. Eep. What does effulgent mean? We're gonna Google it. We're Googling it, guys. I'm sorry, this makes for really good content. Define effulgent. Okay. Shining brightly and radiant. Okay. We are going to go with. I like that word. We're gonna go with effulge. I can't say it. Analysis? No. We'll say wonderful. Shining brightly. Thank you, Quiche. Got my back. Ooh, Starscape. La, 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 la. Sensation. Why do I have to choose so many words? Dream. Oh my god. Okay. Excitement. Nibble. I like that word. Oh, no. Boop! Damn it! It's all good. Let's see. Covet? We could go with covet. Ooh, fluffy. No. Suicide. No, we're not going to choose that one. Fireworks. Cause baby, you're a firework. Come and show 'em what they're worth. I do. I feel like it's mostly been Natsuki and hold on, Yuri. Those are the words I've been choosing. Family. Okay, cool. I had to choose so many words. What is this? At least I didn't have to actually write a poem. Like, hi again, Benpai. Glad to see you, like, it didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Benpai. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Aw, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Did she just threaten me? Natsuki, you, like, certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Benpai always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little jealous. How come? You and Benpai can be good friends too. Oh, she's playing with her hair. It's adorable. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yeah, thanks, Sayori. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Oh, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Yuri is such a waifu, she really is. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. How can I don't think I could turn my face like that and make my eyes disappear. I can't make that face, guys, I'm sorry. So you already made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey! Don't you worry about it. That's how I make people feel comfortable. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. It's so quiet, I'm dead. Is that so? Yeah, don't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Throws the book away. No, I'm just kidding. I enthusiastically take the book and then throw it away. No. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. I would not be that mean. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. What? Wait. Ugh! Hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes? Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. Oh, I get it. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. And that is actually something I would say. And I do know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? A series I've never heard of in my life. Probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. Is she gonna, like, bash my head through the glass door? Okay. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was your tone of voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Benpai. I will kill you in your sleep and eat your intestines. Nope. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of the Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. I don't know what any of these words mean, guys. What is mo? Don't just stand there. A what? A what? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? It's an old-fashioned term. I'm glad the person significantly younger than me is understanding what an old-fashioned term is, and I am not. I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches. Scooches. That's a fun word to say. Let's say it together, guys. Scooches. There's only two O's, so it's just scooches. An inch away from me. Sorry. Didn't expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read from the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. What? Typical slice of life affair. Slice of lice. Kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? This is how I feel about what I'm reading in this manga. Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like this. Like, there's a really fun chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Why does she have fangs? Like, tink. Is she a vampire? Like, when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen, that's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Vampire. It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. Because she's an evil girl. What's that supposed to mean? What? I hope I have to say, oh, what? A lot more throughout this. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Oh, what? Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. She pulls out a knife. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Bangs. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. Happens for me. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Okay, bitch. Calm your tits. Ha ha. definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. That and murdering. She probably bakes people into, like, pies. And then she brings them in. I ate a person yesterday in that cupcake. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Hey, thank you, Mini Yuki, for the follow. Welcome to the Booty Land. Be sure to treat that booty to a comfy seat while you watch and enjoy the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, look at her. She's so adorable like this. We read on for a few more minutes. You're welcome. I added you as a friend on Discord. Ah, cool. I will get to... I usually start looking at my Discord stuff after I stream. I finish a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? Wait. Here we go. Drool. It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. That is usually the kind of shit that I would do. Like it's like when you have someone watch a YouTube video that you think is really funny, and you give them the video and you just stare at them like, okay, they better find it as funny as I did because I talked this up a lot, and if they don't like it, I'm gonna look like a fool. It's just like that. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not. Well, I wouldn't really know. I do that with memes and vines. Yeah. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry? Humph. Like, I could never ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? It makes me want to punch them in the face and then stab them in the gut. What? I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Except Monaco was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Damn straight. Blank. Blank. So? Ahaha. Ahaha. Jeez, that's enough. Ahaha. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Ahaha. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... Oh... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Kiki. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being Minori? What did I say? Minory? Is that how you're supposed to say it? minor E. Okay. Like the music note, a minor E. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Like, okay, everyone. Are you like all ready with today's poems? Minori? Minori. Okay. Minori. I'm glad you're here to correct me, Quiche. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Like, sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Wink, wink, wink. uh, ah! Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. All right. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. R.I.P. It would take me forever to finish. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start on the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. It actually says it down here. It says it right there. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? It's pretty accurate. Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you, find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bag. I do the same myself. Let's see. If it were me, I'd probably share with Sayori first, since she's, besties with me. So that's what we're going to do. Definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. This is a good poem, Benpai. You sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Benpai. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? I'm pretty selfish. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Oh boy. Dear... Why couldn't I get to read my own poem? Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I relate to this girl. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? Okay, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. I want breakfast. Mood. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. Wait. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. Her hands are in her hair. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. How do you flicker? I'm sorry, I must have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo hoo. Hoo hoo. Hoo 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 hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Benpai. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying while I drink. I'm counting on you. We're gonna go with Monica. Like, hi Benpai, having a good time so far? Yeah. Like, good, I'm just so glad to hear it. By the way, like, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like, new activities or, like, things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to, like, bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Like, anyway, want to, like, share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Like, don't worry, Benpai. I'll only silently judge you. We're all, like, a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll, like, all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I, like, totally like it, Benpai. Really? It's, like, a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. No. It kind of, like, makes me think of something that Suki would write. And, like, she's a good writer, too. So, like, take that as, like, a total compliment. Aha. If you say so. Yep. Like, by any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Huh? Maybe a long time ago? He's famous for telling, like, all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. Like, totally sad. And, like, sometimes they're only a few lines long. And, like, they might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, like, they can express views of, like, the world that would totally apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Like, sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't, like, find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're, like, super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would, like, be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's, like, totally okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's, like, the best way to find, like, the kind of style that totally suits you. Everyone else might like be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but like I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Like anyway, do you want to read like my poem now? Like don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, like, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel like that, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. I'm not going to read this in Valley Girl, though, just so you know. Hole in wall. Is it a glory hole? Probably not. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a hole, a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. What the fuck are we talking about here? What? Okay. So, like, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's, like, totally okay. Yeah, like, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. So that's, like, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really, like, totally powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Uh, well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently, and it's been like influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, like totally something like that. I'm like kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe like after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, like here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to like totally think about this is if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Like, go with the flow. Totally go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I guess Natsuki. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poems. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Oh. In fact, remember how I said I wanted you to read? I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Oh. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. I hope you're happy how. No. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Irk. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. Ooh, you're so. You just. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That is about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Easy but hard. Wink. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps you bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Good guy, Benpai. Phew! I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly... Blind run? Blind run! Clicking intensifies. Hey, Big Philly. How's it going? They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. Yeah, I've never played the game before, and I have no idea what I'm doing at all. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk, one hand. Welcome to the game. Hope you enjoy the experience. Thank you. So far, so good. It's kind of what I do know about it is that it's not a completely calming experience, but you know what? It's been kind of nice to play this and not a multiplayer game. Do something story-based. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You're still like 10% into the game. I know. Wait, 10%? That's actually a little further than I thought I'd be. Not even, like 5. Oh, okay. That's about how far I thought I was. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Benpai did too. So based on that, I'll give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Benpai liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Benpai appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Hoo hoo hoo! This is great. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Benpai started showing up. Natsuki. I'm like, Natsuki, that's like a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Benpai, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Benpai. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Benpai? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Hi, Kenny! How's it going? But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Well, I'm gonna go with Yuri. Natsuki, you're right, that I liked your poem. See? Wait! It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. Oh. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. Yes. Yes, she does, Kenny. In fact, that is what Quiche said earlier. It was her that... Like, Natsuki, I think that's, like, totally enough. You both said, like, some things that you totally didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Like, don't you think you should, too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. No, I don't. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. So Yuri, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Quiche says, Yuri made me go. My first playthrough. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from her desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. She totally didn't really mean to do. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, all right, I believe you. Thanks, Benpai. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. I can't read. It's nothing. One more thing. It's one thing Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? I know what Natsuki said. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. I want tea. Okay. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, like, it's just about time for us to, like, totally leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was all right. Well, mostly. Like, Benpai, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Like, awesome! In fact, like, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out, like, even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Benpai, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Waka 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 waka. Truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. This is really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew! You know, Benpai, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Do I sigh or do I say sigh? Because before it said I sighed. Or I let out a long sigh. This one is in quotations, sigh. So I can only assume that this time I said out loud, sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Wink. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Motherfucking fuck. Okay. We're gonna go with lollipop. No, fuck. Not. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Flying. Okay. Warm. Mm-hmm. Chocolate. Damn it. Friends. Perfect. Promise. Okay. Dazzle. Your judgment for Natsuki is so bad. I know it really is. But all the others I've like nailed Sayori on. So I chose one Natsuki word. Chose one Natsuki word so far. Damn. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Quiche. Okay. 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 We're getting there. We're getting there. Smile? You have no idea what you got yourself into, do you? I very vaguely know what I got myself into. But, like, only in, like, very minorly know what I got myself into. I know that it takes a turn. I don't know how it takes a turn because I didn't get a chance to really watch Pun play this. Dun, dun. Skipping. Damn it. Whatever. Whatever. Another day passes and it's time for the club already. It's gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Benpai. Oh god, maybe I should text him. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. I'm going to take my glasses off because they're starting to hurt my head. Every time you nail a Natsuki word, you sound so disappointed. I hate that attitude in general. That's the only thing. It's like, woe is me until you like something I do, and then all of a sudden, whatever. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Excuse me. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why don't we take a look at your purse? Why that all of a sudden? Thank you, Quiche. No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open, then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. So that only leaves the one option. What? I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Benpai to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. What? I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad. Now I have to accept the revolution? Okay. So she did use the wrong word. I didn't... Retribution. That! Still. Accept the revolution! Huh? Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Wow! This girl's manipulative AF. I love her. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Whap! Kya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Who is best girl, in your opinion? So far, I think I'm a Sayori or a Yuri fan. Yeah. Sayori or Yuri. Sayori or Yuri. Sayuri. That's what we're going to say. Then Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Good choices? Thank you. Serval Claw? It was Yuri for me. I think Pun was Natsuki. Yeah, I was telling Keish earlier, not into the whole tsundere thing. It actually really annoys me. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori, Yuri, Monica, Natsuki. Yes, that is actually exactly my order, Serval Claw. Like, pretty exactly. Monica and Yuri might be, like, pretty interchangeable as of right now. But as of this very moment, Sayuri's tops for me. Jeez, just eat it. Sayuri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a good bite. Sayuri suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki annoyed the shit out of me. I mean, I do understand that some people, dig it. It's just not for me. It's not my kind of attitude. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, and then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. I love this girl. This girl's the best. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Oh my god. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. That's great. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Hi, Pun. That's true. Excuse me? What? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super, totally sorry. There you are. I, totally didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys, weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you, talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Cosplay as Evie, huh? Sounds like fun. Yeah, we got a ways to go. I think. I actually don't know what the count's at right now. It's been a bit since I looked. What held you up anyway? Well, my first period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Oh, I forgot to do Valley Girl! No! Okay. As far as I can tell in this game, Natsuki equals tsundere, Sayori, dear. See, and these are just words I don't know super well. I get the basic gist of them, but I always confuse them. But I'm not really an expert on those sorts of tropes. Serval Claw is a man after my own heart. A person after my own heart. I won't assume. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I made this joke when I played it, but Yuri is more than just a name. I like must have not heard it since I was like practicing the piano because I'm like totally good at it. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I like don't really. I kind of just like started recently, but I'm super good. Yeah, don't do an image search on Yuri. I didn't know what it was before I tried. Man, why did you do that? Because now that's all I want to do. I've always wanted to like learn the piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's like, Monica looks at me. Whatever you do, at least don't do it on stream. Doing it. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it right now. Monica looks at me. Maybe like once I get a little better, I will. But I'm like totally good right now. That's what I imagine her saying. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that like so? In like that case, I like totally won't let you down, Benpai. Aww. Monica smiles sweetly, bumps everyone out of the way to do this pose. Bonk. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Like, don't worry. I've like been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd like totally love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Like, thanks. So I like didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Do I have to go chase Natsuki again? It looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slept down at the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something? By myself. I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I think the game heard me yawn. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Like, well, we can't give up. Like, the festival is our chance to show everyone what, like, literature is totally all about. Like, the problem is that, like, the idea of, like, the literature club sounds too dense and totally intellectual, but it's not like that at all, like, you know? We just, like, we need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to, like, all of their totally creative minds. Doesn't solve the problem, though. Like, what do you mean? Even if we came up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, like, that's totally a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Like, well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! She's my hero. Like, totally good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Cupcakes. Just cupcakes. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it, like, was it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Mine too. Cupcakes, it, like, totally is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we, like, totally still need to work out the details of, like, the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self, but therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. Oh, if I'm gonna leaning back, it's actually kind of nice. Oof, stretching out the legs. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Ah! What? That is that is what I am going to call this series as I put it on YouTube. What? I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Ah, sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Oh my god, if there was a napping club, I would have absolutely joined that club. That would have been the best club ever. Does our school have a napping club? See, the protagonist is me. You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. Can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair's just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your right collar. Right here. Wait. Okay. I tried to wipe the stain off with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Wow! Ouch! Take that, Sayori. That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Starting to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Wow. Go me. I'm brave. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Again, it says sigh. Sigh. But before, it said in regular text, without quotations, that I sighed. So again, I can only assume that I'm saying sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Oh, it's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. That lasted. Phew, so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. Yeah. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So, maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Like, okay, everyone! Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we, share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Benpai, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Obviously, we're going to share it with Sayori first. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Benpai. I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. Ugh. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really. I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not that good a writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. It's true. I'm still really bummed that I don't get to see what I wrote. I would, is it a Mad Libs thing? Is it going to be the same thing, just with those random words that I pick out? Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Benpai poem. And that makes it feel extra special, like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. Not sure that's exactly how it works. I'm actually pretty sure that is how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thoughts? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can really give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. That is beautiful. That is beautiful AF. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Benpai. I should write that down. I can read my own poem now. You can read my poem now. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secret hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Whoa. Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing is the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Haha, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who do we want to read it to next, guys? I'll let you guys choose. First name that pops up in chat. Hi, Baji. Ooh. I'm gonna take a bite of my sandwich. How? Otherwise, we go with Yuri. Let's see what you've written today. Well done, Benpai. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. It's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me the poem. Why did everyone write such long poems today? The raccoon! It's in my raccoon wounds! It happened in the dead of the night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hunger, curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phases and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday, so I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery, conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something about different people can relate to it in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Benpai? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Monica. Hi again, Benpai. Like, how's the writing going? Alright, I guess. Like, I'll take that. As long as it's not going to be bad. Like, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with your own masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. Like, you never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. Give the poem to Monica. All right. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, like, that may be the case, but maybe there are, like, some similarities that you wouldn't expect. Like, the way she the way she talks about you, it sounds like you two really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's kind of the vibe I get when reading your poem. Sure you're not reading it into it too much? I totally could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell she likes exploring with her emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, it's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. All right, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess that's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I also don't care because it's totally good. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's so hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression or a feeling or a conversation with a reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. What? Was that poem to teach me how to save and load the game? Or when, like, something unexpected might happen? Wait, is this tip even about writing? Well, now I feel like I need to save the game. Thanks. What am I even, like, talking about? She just became possessed. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Okay, Natsuki. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength, but you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. All of the long poems today. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard, Amy? About Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. An 8-year-old wrote this. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Ooh. Hoo-hoo. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid if people find out they make fun of you, or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh. It's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. People shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. She feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Am I writing a poem every day? Ba, 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 ba. Hey, hop up. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Like, I have something extra planned today. This girl is hella extra. I have something, like, extra planned today, so if everyone could, like, come sit in the front of the room. This is about the festival. Well, like, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for this festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves and getting, instead of getting any new members. It's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Like, don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than like a few decorations. Sayuri's been working on posters, and I've like totally designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, like, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Um, Monica? Dude, this game is so good. Quirky. Crazy you haven't played it. You know, I've seen a handful of my friends play it. Not that I've, like, watched it or seen any of it, really. But I have seen that friends of mine have played it, and yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I'm actually kind of stoked to be playing it. I'm giving everyone terrible voices as well, so probably ruining it for anyone who does enjoy the game. Like, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Like, each of us are totally going to choose a poem and to recite during this event. But the cool part is, like, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems. Sayori's, like, putting it all on posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding, Monica? You didn't start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you, like, really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, like, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. Like, it's totally a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a totally full room of people. I guess I, like, kind of overlooked that. So I'm, like, sorry. But I still think we should totally give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club, and if we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire, like, others to do the same, and the more people who perform, the better, like, we'll be able to show everyone what literature is, like, all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's like those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you like want to share that with others to inspire them to find like the same feelings that totally brought you in here in the first place? I like know you do. I know like we all do. We totally do. And if it like all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can like do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. I guess I'll save here instead. Yes. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're going to practice reciting them like in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you so much. I was just, totally hoping to set a good example. And, are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called You Can Do It, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was totally great. Thank you so much for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay. I guess I'm next then. Sayuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayuri. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think about it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, in front of a mirror in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayuri is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on a paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Benpai liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out really great, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery, but it totally did. I don't really understand it. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well, but they might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. then like next time I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have that much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Benpai. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Benpai lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel... Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put my energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry I'm not as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it so much. I think, it's less about your abilities and more about your, lack of confidence in your writing. It's, something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're, presenting... Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a bit. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of, other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. It's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have to worry about... You won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I totally want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. It's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. Since for the festival, let's finish totally planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's totally adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Benpai, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go. Walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Huh. Not Siri. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean, Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I would still walk home with Sayori, because Sayori, best girl. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But, she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Benpai. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. It's a kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Alrighty. So I think we're gonna save there. And call that for tonight's single player portion of the stream. Because my voice is getting kind of exhausted just reading all of that. So for those of you who did stop by and for the new followers that came in as well, I really appreciate it. I'm going to be restarting the stream in just a few minutes to just play some Overwatch with some buddies of mine. But yeah, I'll keep the stream going because, you know, it's only 8:30. It's plenty of time to continue doing stuff. But yeah, and then I'll just give it a few minutes in the meantime to kind of get stuff reset. If you don't stick around for the Overwatch stream, completely understand. But I will be picking up where I left off tomorrow on Doki Doki Literature Club. Probably be starting the stream probably about roughly the same-ish time. It'll be about 7 o'clock Eastern time, because that's where I am now. So thank you everyone for stopping by. And if you are going to stick around for some Overwatch, awesome. I really appreciate it. I've been really, really happy with the support you guys have shown today. You guys have been really, really interactive, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you are one of the ones that has stuck around and is actually watching this on my YouTube channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you would, and like, subscribe, you know, that whole thing. Pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to say. And keep in mind that, you know, streaming is more my speed. So feel free to stop by my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/it's Benpai. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, and I'll be back in a moment.